All right. Hello, hello. As usual, if someone can let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm on hospital Wi-Fi, so sound can be a little bit spotty. So that'd be great if you can let me know. I'm actually broadcasting in 2 locations today. I've got It's Only a Bruise over here and my personal profile over here. The reason I'm doing that, and I haven't done that before, usually I only stream to It's Only a Bruise. The reason I'm doing that is because I haven't really been posting much on my personal Facebook, like, in months. And I don't know how many people that, like, I know IRL actually follow me on It's Only a Bruise and kind of, like, they kind of know what's going on. So I thought this might be a good way to kind of catch everybody up while still doing my monthly live stream. So here I am at the hospital for my 4th Tysabri infusion. Started back in December. And for those who don't follow me normally or may have missed it, or for new followers, Tysabri is a pretty aggressive MS treatment. I've been on Avonex in the past. I've been on Tecfidera, LDN. I wasn't a candidate for Gilenya. And then I was on Rebif. I feel like I'm missing one. But whatever the case, I had an MRI done probably, it was last August, after being on Rebif for about 2 years. And there were still multiple new active lesions on my MRI scans. So I was given the option of Tysabri, which is a monthly infusion, or Lemtrada, which is an infusion. It's like once a year for 3 years, but then you come in for several days at a time. And then Ocrevus, I've heard different pronunciations, which is the newest MS treatment, and that one's every 6 months. And I had to choose between this, Tysabri, and the other 2. And the other 2, all 3 of them have side effects that are terrifying to me, based on family history and I mean, really just in general. I chose Tysabri based on just kind of what I've heard feedback from other people. So the way Tysabri works is it blocks white blood cells from going to your brain and spinal cord. So the theory is then, and what they've shown is that then, you know, your white blood cells aren't attacking the protective coating around your nerve cells. So currently, after 4 treatments, or on my 4th treatment, there aren't any white blood cells in my brain or in my spinal cord, which opens up the doors to one of the scarier side effects, which is, well, what happens if you get an infection in your brain, like meningitis, or there's a virus called or a disease rather called PML. It's a brain infection. So there's a virus that I think it's 60 to 70% of the population, the general population, have, and it's called the JC virus. But you'll never know that you have it because your immune system's fighting it. However, my immune system, now that there are no white blood cells in my brain and my spinal cord, if I were to have this JC virus, that can then turn into this brain infection called PML, which can then kill you. So in order to get this medication, you need to be tested for JC, and I was negative, thankfully. And they test me every single month that I'm here to make sure that I continue to stay negative. And allegedly, you can, if you ever turn positive, which nobody knows how you're exposed to the JC virus, it's just one of those medical mysteries. Excuse me, if I were to turn positive, I think I can remain on this medication for an additional 2 years. after the fact. So there's that. So that's Tysabri. That's what I'm on right now. It was really, really difficult for me to choose this medication, or even just to stop taking the medication that I was on previously for 2 years, which was Revif again. You know, I recently wrote a piece for the MS Society, which hasn't gone live yet, but I mentioned a study that's being done right now about aggressive versus escalation treatment approaches, and you know, whether it makes more sense to be aggressive right off the bat when you're more likely to be more receptive to medication, versus escalation, which is kind of what I've done. And you know, after being on several medications that were ineffective for me, you know, you kind of wonder, what if I had done something like this earlier? Because, you know, there's more time and room for damage and disability when things aren't being treated properly. And I've been very fortunate so far. But then on the other hand, it's like, if you start aggressive early on, like, where do you go from there? If you don't respond well to that, where do you go? So it was really difficult. But I feel really good about this medication. I wish that I was streaming when the doctor came in to, you know, ask his questions and everything. The only reason I wasn't is because I wasn't sure if he was going to talk about anything confidential that I wouldn't want publicly out there, as I am streaming this on It's Only a Bruise as well, which is public. But I wish I was recording, because he was talking more in depth about this medication and the results he's seen from it and everything. And it was really, I feel like it would have been really benefited other people to learn a little bit more about it. But what else? So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of down right now because I don't know. This is such a tricky disease, because you just never know what's going to happen or what can happen and when. And you have the whole rest of your life to feel kind of on edge. And I mean, not that I always am, but you know, it's always in the back of my mind that at any given moment I could lose my eyesight, or the ability to walk, or the ability to control my bladder or swallow, or there's so many different things that could happen. And it's tricky. And, you know, I try to put on a good face most of the time. But when I walked into the hospital today to check in, there was this woman in a wheelchair, and it almost looked like she was completely paralyzed. And it's just you know, a reminder of like what can be. And while you can still live a very, very full life in that situation, it's just kind of hard to see and know that very well could be a reality before you're ready to accept it. But whatever the case, I'm just like a little poopy today, so pardon me. So yeah, what else? So MS research has really made a lot of progress and come a long way. Hey, Justin. Oh, who else? I'm not even looking at this. I don't always get comments. I don't pay attention. I miss you too. It's nice to see you. Or you see me, I guess. But what was I going to say? MS research has come a very, very long way. About 20 years ago, 25 years ago maybe, there weren't any MS treatments, and now we have close to 20. So there's a lot of progress that's been made, but there's still such a long way to go. I mean, look, I just told you I've tried, I think this is my 5th treatment option that I've been on, and you know, we're still kind of waiting to see what fits. So still have a long way to go, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to plug it. That's why things like Walk MS are so important. The National MS Society is the largest and biggest private funder of MS research in the world. And that's why I'm so adamant about, you know, or just enthusiastic about what they do and so supportive of them. But for those of you who haven't seen my Facebook posts or weren't aware, Walk MS 2018 is coming up at the beginning of May, just as it does every year. this is my 5th year that I will be doing Walk MS and leading my Walk MS team, which is Team Bruised Apple. And it's also the first time that it'll be the first year without my friend Carissa, who passed away this last May, who's also one of like the original Bruised Apples and who also inspired the name It's Only a Bruise. You can read about that in my blog. I kind of want to, I wanted to, I don't know, I feel like 5 years is a good milestone. So this year, my goal is to raise $5,000 for Walk MS, my team. I'm going to quickly, going over to my laptop over here to grab the link so that if anybody's interested, oh, I just realized, I've never streamed in 2 places at once. This is very confusing, but I'm posting the link to my personal fundraising page for Walk MS. And last year, my team, or I raised a little bit over $4,500, something like that. And I really feel like this year I can do over 5,000. So I'm posting the link. I just posted it on the It's Only a Bruise live stream. Let me see if I can somehow do it. Can I do it here? Oh my goodness, how do I do this? Okay, well, I don't know how I can do it on the personal one while it's running on my phone. And it won't let me see it here on the laptop. So I think, sorry, just talking through this. So I think when I end the broadcast here, I'll post in the comments the link where you can donate. Otherwise, it's in my feed if you are interested as well. But yeah, I wanted to keep this stream short today because I'm tired and I really want a nap. And I also brought a book, which is on the other side of the room, and I don't feel like, I don't know, I just want to sleep. So yeah, that's about it. Happy MS Awareness Month. Goes all month. I've been posting little conversation starters on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter every single day because it's so important for us every day, but particularly during MS Awareness Month, to talk about this disease and our experiences, because it is an invisible disease that a lot of people don't know much about, but yet are somehow touched by, either indirectly or directly. So it's really important to have these conversations and talk. So yeah, that's about it. So happy MS Awareness Month. If you are so inclined, you can contribute to my Walk MS team, Team Bruised Apple. The link is in the comments, and that'd be great. We've got a lofty, hefty $5,000 goal this year, so that I really, really want to meet and do for Carissa, and for myself, and for the other 2.5 million people worldwide that live with this disease as well. So that's about it. Yeah, this has been a short stream today, but that's all I got. I don't know, I'm just feeling kind of poopy. So I'm going to end this, and we'll end it over here first. Bye, personal Facebook page and friends. Thanks for joining me. And then over here. Bye, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. And have a good MS Awareness Month. And I also want to know, what are you doing to spread awareness? What conversations have you had this month? And yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you some other time, and we'll be doing this again next month. So, all right. Have a good one. Bye.